So if you thought that Cassie speaking out against Diddy in her recent lawsuit wasn't going to motivate and encourage others that have been affected by assault or abuse, you would be wrong. Actor Christian Keys is speaking out about a powerful man in Hollywood that tried to sexually harass him and attempt to SA him, offering him $100,000 to get undressed. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So you may not recall Christian Keys' name, or maybe you do, but you definitely know his face and you've seen him in some of your favorite TV shows and movies. Well, he took to his social media last night and for over an hour talked about the abuse that he had experienced at the hands of being in Hollywood. However, he won't name the person, but there are a lot of people assuming some individuals. But I want to point out again, he is not pointing out the person. He is bringing his recordings to the police. And he says for a very long time, since 2005, he's been carrying around this recording device that's in a pen because he says a lot of abusers will collect your phone, make sure your phone is off because they don't realize there are other ways to record them.
I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, like, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got, at the same time this person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. Some of them are people who y'all like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that. At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since 2005. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony.
As I said to you before, I will put a little bit of what Christian says in this video, but I implore you, and I'll link you to his full video in the description of this episode. So for those that aren't familiar with Christian Keys, I just want to give you a little bit about who he is. So Christian has appeared in several different films and made-for-television movies, including lead roles in Perfect Combination in 2010, Lord, All Men Can't Be All Dogs, alongside Vivica Fox in 2011, Note to Self in 2012, Act Like You Love Me in 2013, The Man in 3B in 2015. He also appears in Tyler Perry's stage plays, including Medea Goes to Jail and What's Done in the Dark. So Christian talks about a powerful man in Hollywood that has other individuals, other black actors at his whim or something of that nature. And he does say that this person not only sexually harassed them when they were working for this particular person, but also when they weren't, offering them cars and at one point $100,000 to get undressed.
My only reservation about naming the people, there was directors along the way like, hey, you read for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume, and I'm good. If I can handle that or not. I can kill that, but I don't need to come up to your apartment. We already had the audition. There's other people that I want to say everything, and my brother was like, nah, not yet. I want to tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere. I want to speak on it. And the good news is that they don't even have to believe me. Hopefully they would, but even if they don't, they can hear this person. Since sexual harassment started, I've carried many recorder devices on me, keychains, pens, thumb drives with a charged battery that get 6, 7, 8 hours, all the above. So I have the conversations. I really want to air that because it bothers me when I'm alone at night. Like, man, the world is celebrating this person and they don't even know the shady and predatory way in which this person moves, and the way that, predators resent the prey that gets away. So when you don't say yes, when you don't say, okay, I'll acquiesce and, sign up and literally and figuratively play ball, because we're not doing that, they resent you. In the middle of the night, I think about if I'm brave enough to name the person. I'll take a polygraph live. I'll take 5 polygraphs live. And I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This person is a predator, and he's one of several. And it's a shame, man. But I think it's time. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. I intentionally let the statute of limitations expire. It's not about money, but I'm gonna have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined. Because again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else, so he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over and over, and he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. Always. Even if my phone is off. Something else is, if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me so I can protect myself, because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, then they can also try to get in the way of your work.
He says that he has this person's voice on recording, and it's if we were to hear this voice, we would immediately know who this person is. And if you watch Christian Keys' video, you could see that he is telling the truth. And I feel for him, because I think it's hard for victims, period, to come forward. But I think it's even just as hard for men, specifically black men, to talk about this that's happening in Hollywood. And he says that he would much rather have a stellar career in regards to doing things the right way instead of sleeping his way to the top. He said that he's been offered by countless directors for late night auditions and, if you come upstairs with me. But he says this particular person has done this for years. And apparently, Christian has had enough. Christian says that he's bringing his recordings to the police. And throughout this hour-long video, he is so tempted to say more, but his brother, I believe, is in the comment section or in the live chat saying, don't say anything, because I'm sure they want to cover themselves. So, a lot of people are saying that, a lot of people don't speak because they've signed NDAs. Christian reminds us, and I've reminded you guys when we were covering the Cassie lawsuit, that these NDAs does not cover illegal activity. Sexual harassment is illegal, especially in the work environment. So, as I said to you before, I think it was important for me to talk about this particular story because, first of all, as a black man, as someone that works in entertainment, as someone that reports on entertainment, but also because we cover so many stories about men and women that have been abused or sexually harassed. And so many people say, oh, why are you speaking now? Why don't you go to the police? Always blaming the victim. And this is part of the reason why victims do not come forward. This is why. But now that Christian, because Christian even mentions that Cassie helped motivate him to speak out now. But now that Christian has spoken out, and I believe Christian says, I'll take a lie detector test. I'll take multiple lie detector tests to prove to you guys. And I have years of recordings of this particular powerful person in Hollywood. So as I said to you before, Christian does not name the person. I know a lot of people are assuming that it's Tyler Perry. But as I said before, he does not name a person in this at all. However, people are tying it, well, he's worked with Tyler Perry, he's worked with this one, he's worked with that one. Well, until Christian says it, we're not going to say it. But the clues are there, and he was very, very tempted to say something. I feel as if he's taking the right route. It looks like he is really trying to protect himself and protect his career. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to what actor Christian Keyes has to say about a powerful person in Hollywood that has sexually harassed him for years. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter. I got